In 2016, Cygames released Shadowverse onto an unsuspecting world. This digital card game quickly grew acclaim, and soon thousands of people from all over the world were playing it. Up until now, though, the game's been purely digital, with fans of tabletop games, well, largely being left in the dust. But fret not, my friends, for soon you will no longer have to sell your souls to these mechanical devils in order to experience the wonders of Shadowverse. In just a few weeks' time, the world of Shadowverse will finally be making its cardboard debut. But is this the grand entry into tabletop gaming that many fans have hoped for, or is it just a pale imitation of its digital counterpart that fails to capture the magic of the original? Well, today, we're gonna find out. This is Shadowverse Evolve! When evaluating a collectible card game, the two main aspects it should be judged by are its collectibility and gameplay. While some players may value one over the other, it's important to have both in order to have a healthy TCG. So, looking at Evolve through this lens, how does it hold up? Starting with collectibility, I have to say that this game looks like it's going to be really fun to open up boosters and to collect for. You can really tell that Evolve's developers have put the effort into finding the most talented artists they can, and those artists have produced some of the most phenomenal art I have ever seen on a card. I also love the foiling of the cards. I was able to get a few cards early by attending a Bushiroad event, and I gotta say, the shattered glass look they have going on is so sick! But what might be the most important part of collectibility is what is on the cards themselves. There is a lot of lore behind Shadowverse, and it has been represented in everything from games to anime and more. Because of this, the characters on these cards aren't just random people, but they actually have personalities, backstories, and more, which makes them even more fun to collect and play with. Look, Shadowverse, you seem like a really cool game, but I can't afford to spend money on cards right now. I can barely afford rent, and I gotta... Oh, what's this? Shadowverse Evolve Rules Guide? Wait, attacking happens during the main phase? That's so cool! No! Next up is gameplay, and I do not have time to give a full tutorial, so let's just go over the basics. In Shadowverse Evolve, each player controls a leader, and the goal of the game is to reduce your opponent's leader's defense to 0. Each turn begins with the start phase. This is when you'll refresh your followers, draw a card, and increase your maximum amount of play points by 1 before refilling them. Once that's done, you'll head into the main phase, where you'll be playing cards, evolving followers, and attacking your opponent. There are 3 different types of cards you can play from your hand: followers, spells, and amulets. Spell cards give a one-time effect before being discarded, while amulets actually stick around on the field and give a variety of abilities. Followers are the units that you'll be using to attack your opponents. They have an attack stat, and their defense is permanently reduced when they take damage. There are some followers that you can pay a cost to evolve it, turning it into a stronger version of itself. To do this though, you'll have to have its evolve form in your evolve deck, which is an extra deck of 10 cards that you'll have to make before the game begins. The most unique element of Shadowverse's gameplay may be its lack of a dedicated combat phase. While this definitely seems interesting, I think overall it just makes the game a lot less realistic. What are you going to do with that? It's not even your combat phase! Your reserve followers can attack at any point during your main phase. When attacking, you can either target your opponent's leader or one of their engaged followers. If your follower attacks an opponent's follower, then both followers will deal damage to each other equal to their attacks. However, if you choose to attack your opponent's leader, then your follower will be safe and your opponent's leader will just take the damage equal to your follower's attack. Now, to Shadowverse veterans, everything I just mentioned may sound pretty standard, but there are some changes from the digital game. For starters, there's now the EX area, which essentially serves as another hand for you to play cards out of. There's also a whole host of new keywords, including the quick keyword, which allows you to play cards during certain moments in your opponent's turn. It seems like the developers have taken this transition to cardboard as an opportunity to further balance Shadowverse's gameplay, while adding in new mechanics such as quick effects that players have been asking for years. Shadowverse Evolve has all the makings of a great card game. Now, whether it will actually stick around and be successful in a market as competitive as TCGs, well, that's anyone's guess. However, it has enough going for it that you should definitely check it out if you're looking for a new card game. Heck, after you play it for a bit, the only problem that you're gonna have is that you're having too much fun. Oh yeah, and the other thing. Oh. I knew I shouldn't have bought all those cards.